Hi, my name's Charlotte. I live with my two cats, Hilda and Herbert, and my boyfriend Freddie, and I make videos on what I get up to on my 3-day weekends. Sometimes we're out doing things, sometimes we might just be chilling at home, but I like to share it all with you, so welcome to my vlog.
Good morning, it is Friday and we are starting a new vlog. The dishwasher's on, so sorry if you can hear that in the background, and sorry if my voice is still a tiny bit raspy. I think it's so much better than it has been, although I did think that last week, and then when I've literally just edited the vlog from last week and I still sound so out of breath. So I'm sorry if you watched that and just felt like I was just breathing on you the whole time. This weekend, Freddie is away. He's actually he's gone to Benidorm for a stag do. So it's just me and Hilda and Herbert here at home. So it's about 11:30 on Friday. I actually need to go soon because I'm getting my nails done. I got up about 7, but I've tried to have a bit of a chilled morning because this week's just been mental. It feels like, obviously last weekend we were away and out and it just felt a bit non-stop last weekend. And then going into this week, had to drop Freddie off yesterday morning, so I was up quite early. I actually went to, we have 2 studios where I work, and I went to the other studio yesterday, which is about an hour and a half round trip. So it was a long day for me yesterday, and we just had multiple things going on. It was our anniversary on Monday, so we went out for dinner. We went to a restaurant called Blue Sakura, which is like an all-you-can-eat pan-Asian restaurant. We've been a couple of times and I think it's a great experience. I would definitely recommend it to people, but I feel like we're at a stage now where we've been a couple of times and probably don't need to go again for quite a while now, just because obviously you can eat whatever you want from the menu. So it's not like, oh, next time I go back I'll try this, because you can kind of get most of it in. They're really small plates, so you can have quite a few plates, but you get 90 minutes and you can just order whatever on an iPad and then they just bring it to your table. So another recommendation for somewhere to eat in Leeds. It's a bit more on the pricey side, but it's nice as like a treat meal, like if it's an anniversary or a birthday or something like that you're celebrating. So definitely recommend there. And then yeah, it's just been like trying to make sure we've got everything done in the house in terms of like getting everything ready that Freddie needed for the stag do, washing, and all the things that I'm sure most of you who work full time will know. So we're on to Friday. It's been mega busy, so I'm quite glad that this weekend there isn't much in the diary and it's a pretty relaxed weekend. Today have a few appointments. So I've just had my therapy session. So haven't really talked about this on the vlogs yet, but I have actually been using BetterHelp for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I think 3 weeks now. So I started using it. I've had, I think, 3 sessions with my therapist so far. And for me, like, I didn't think there was anything like huge issues, but there's just a few things like that I struggle with, especially like work related, like stress, anxiety, that sort of stuff. And then I think I do carry that into my personal life as well. And it's just been really good to have someone who's removed from all that to chat it through with and talk about strategies and dealing with that. So obviously I don't have a discount code because I have 20 subscribers, but if you get a chance to sign up using like an influencer who has the discount, using their discount code, like I would definitely recommend giving it a go if you are looking for a therapy option and want to try it out. It's £60 a week full price, or £54 if you can get the 10% off for the first 4 weeks. But I think that's pretty good because you'd probably pay that much, if not more, for an in-person therapist. And you can fit the meetings around you. You can have a phone call, you can message, or you can do a video call. And also then you can message them throughout the week. So my therapist usually messages me like a couple of days after our call just to check how I'm getting on and check that I'm all right. And then she'll also message me towards the end of the week, just checking in and making sure that I'm still good for our call at the end of the week. So I've just had that. I got up this morning and tried to make myself as smooth as a dolphin because I have got my first laser appointment this afternoon, so I'm a little bit nervous about that just because I'm not sure how it'll go, and obviously it's my first one. Other than the patch test, it's the first one I've had where I've got like a lot more done, so I'm a bit nervous for like, will it be painful? How will I feel afterwards? But I'm gonna go along and see how I get on. And before that, I am going to get my nails done. So they are not in a good way at the moment. We've got a lot of cracks, we've got a lot of breaks, which is nothing against my nail tech. She is amazing. I've just always had this issue. Like, I've been to multiple people to get my nails done. I've just always had really fragile, I don't know if the word is fragile, but there's something with my nails that I just get all the corners, and then if I leave it too long, they just all start to break off. So I think probably I need to give in and start having more regular nail appointments. But I do go every 3 weeks at the moment, which I feel like is quite regular. But yeah, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm getting up to today. And then the rest of the weekend, there's not loads in the diary. I think we're going to have a film night tomorrow night, me and my friend who's also called Charlotte, because it's actually her wedding that Freddie's gone to the stag do for. So obviously she's on her own this weekend as well, because her partner Tom is also away. And then Sunday, I've actually booked 2 bar classes, which is the first time I've stacked them. But one's just a bar signature, the usual bar class that I go to. And then I'm going to try the bar restore class, which is more like a stretching, like more of a restorative class. So I think they should be fine. Like, it's not too strenuous to do those back to back. So I'm going to give it a go and see how I get on. That's kind of an overview of my weekend, but obviously I'll capture bits as we go along. So I'll take you along with me for that. At the moment, as you've just seen, Hilda is exploring the kitchen. Herbert's chilling out in his window bed. The sun is kind of coming and going. It was really wet this morning, so it's a bit of a mixed day in terms of weather, but I'm hoping it might brighten up tomorrow and I can get out in the garden and start planting some seeds and things like that. I'm back now from getting my nails done. I spoke to Mia a little bit about how they were breaking, and we just tried something a little bit different, slightly different product, to see if it does any better with that. So fingers crossed it does. I've just had my lunch as well. You'll have seen that I just made that. So just a little wrap with chickpeas and spinach in. I'm trying to eat a bit healthier and lose a little bit of weight if I can. So I actually did a ChatGPT meal plan this week, just because we were so busy. I just didn't have time to like properly sit down and go through my recipe books. And I was like, when we were in the car on the way back from Middlesbrough the other day, I just thought, well, I'll just type it all into ChatGPT, see what that comes back with. So I did that and then did an online order for food. So I'm just trying that out this week. So far, so good, but I guess the scales will tell next week when I weigh in. So I'm just about to head off again for my laser appointment. I think some of it's a little bit intimate, so I probably won't film any of that, but I will let you know how I got on when I get back, because I am a bit apprehensive about how uncomfortable it's going to be, but we'll see how it goes. Ignore the fact that my kitchen is a mess. I'm just in the middle of doing the dishwasher and putting all this stuff into the dishwasher. But I just needed to capture how pretty this light is that's currently just hitting the kitchen. It's just like perfect, like sunset-y. Yeah, just beautiful lighting. Just thought it was worth just capturing on video. And now I'm going to finish off doing the dishwasher. I thought I'd lost a cat, but it sounds like she's under the sofa. Hello. With those little plastic balls that you can buy that have bells in them.
So she's currently actually playing with that. I've just done the dishwasher and a little bit of hoovering and just a few little jobs, and now I'm going to chill out. I'm not quite hungry yet, but that's the thing I find about when I live on my own, or like, you know, Freddie's away or anything. The motivation to cook for yourself is low. Like, it just feels so... I enjoy cooking, but I think part of the joy of cooking is like cooking something really nice that you can share with someone else, like a bit of a treat. The motivation to just cook for myself is, yeah, not... I don't have a lot of motivation for that. But I think I'm going to just chill out for a bit. I think I might watch Sort Your Life Out, because I know there's a new series and I haven't watched it. So yeah, I think I'm going to watch Sort Your Life Out and then try and find the motivation to make some dinner. But yeah, I think just a pretty chilled evening. I might read some more of that book that I bought last week that I've started reading. Chill out for this evening. Also, update on my laser appointment, because I didn't give you that. I actually think the apprehension was much worse than the reality. I actually found it kind of, when I'd had my patch test, it was kind of nippy on my legs. And I was expecting it to be like really bad down there. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I actually found my arms and legs more uncomfortable, but maybe that's just because that apprehension in my head was all around other areas. But yeah, not that bad. Don't know if it'll be worse in my next appointment, but so far, so good.
12 hours to get this house and that garage completely empty.
Now, that is what you call a drill bit.
Managed to find the motivation to cook, so I've just got some quinoa and then like some stir fry veg and some tofu, and then I've just put in some like soy sauce, honey, just made a bit of a marinade from that. So that is what I'm having for dinner. Good morning and happy Saturday. Although I realise it's probably not Saturday when you're watching this. Maybe it is, because I do Friday uploads, so maybe it is Saturday, but also may not be. But it is Saturday here. It's actually like already 11 o'clock. I've been awake quite a long time. I wasn't going to set an alarm. Well, I didn't set an alarm. And I thought, oh, I'll just wake up when I wake up. When I woke up was 6:35, so yeah, not quite like the nice lie-in that I was expecting, but that's fine as long as I felt, you know, I felt rested and everything, so I can't really complain. I have just been kind of pottering about this morning, so just had a bit of time. I did stay in bed and like read a bit of my book and stuff this morning, and then put a wash on as well, because I have hung out my first load of washing this year. So I've hung that out in the garden, and then I got all the furniture out. There's been a bit of a disaster, so half of the furniture is actually really wet. So that's also on the air, what do you call that, washing line. And then I've just started on trying to clear up the garden for summer. There's like, it's a bit messy at the moment, like there's a lot of leaves and things that just need like sweeping up and tidying up, but we're still in that period where we don't have a garden bin collection yet. So the first one is, I think it's only 2 weeks away, so it's not that long. But yeah, it's not the first garden bin collection yet, so I just need to start tidying up without making too much rubbish. But I've just moved my little greenhouse to there because it was down the bottom of the garden, but at the moment we don't get that much sun in the garden. There's a big hedge here which we need to cut back, so that's a fun job for Freddie to look forward to when he gets back, and that will allow more light into the garden. But yeah, that where that was, it just wasn't getting any light really. I've just moved it to there, and I'm a bit late to do this, but I've started had some seed potatoes, so I've done some chitting, and then hopefully in a couple of weeks I can plant those out. I think I'm going to try and plant maybe a few other things. I need to see what seeds I've got, because I haven't bought any new ones, so it just depends how they're doing. Obviously some of them might be a bit past it because I've had them over a year. Got quite a few seeds and stuff in the shed, so I'll get them out and see what can be planted. And then I have got some big seed trays, so I can put them in that little greenhouse. I have got a bigger greenhouse down the bottom, but I'm gonna save that. At this time of year I don't think it'll get enough sun to be effective, so I think I'll just put everything in the little greenhouse while it's seedlings, and then plant it out further down the garden later in the year. And then I've also got some flowers and stuff that I would like to, like I've got dahlia tubers, and I've got some wildflowers and stuff. So there's some stuff that currently in the bed down the side of the garage I don't love, like it's just stuff from the previous owners. So I think I'm going to change it out, try and empty that bed out and then replant it. I want it to be a bit of a like pollinator friendly bed, you know, like flower, like all wildflowers and things that are bee friendly. So that is kind of the aim with that part of the garden. But it's just steady away. I do enjoy gardening, but because I'm not in the house I'm not in 4 days a week, and at the moment it is just about light when I get home, but obviously the days have been so short, like I've not been very motivated to come out and do stuff over the winter. Not that there is a lot that needs doing, but there is a few things that are looking a bit neglected. So today's plan is just to potter about. I'm not putting myself under any pressure to get like a certain amount done or anything like that. Just a pretty chilled day, and then later on my friend Charlotte's coming over and we're gonna have some dinner and maybe watch a film or something. Just a pretty chilled day. I'm just glad that the weather's nice enough to sit outside and enjoy it. I think it makes such a difference, especially if you're at home on your own. If you were just stuck inside when it was like raining and miserable, it wouldn't be as fun. So I am glad that it's really nice weather, and I'm glad that I haven't got many plans, so that I can just soak up these first like spring days. I don't know if it's officially spring yet, I feel like it's not, but yeah, just start soaking up these spring days, because it's really beautiful. So I've actually just gone through all the seeds that I had in the shed, and like I say, some of them have been here a few years, so they might not actually germinate, but there's actually all of these which can be planted in March. So I've filled up my little compost, like little seed tray. I've got a few more if I need them. And I'm just going to start planting some bits and bobs, like the Swiss chard, wherever that's gone, here. I planted that last year, and that was successful, but it got quite nibbled by the slugs and snails and things. Lettuce I didn't have much success with. I tried to plant it in the raised bed down. We've got these raised beds down the bottom of the garden, but as you can see, they're not really in the light, and also there seems to be some cats that think that that's a litter tray, so I don't know if they got dug up or what happened, but might try these in here and see if there's any success. These I've had for like a year, but I never actually grew them. I'll just sort of give those a go. They look a cool colour. Broccoli is my absolute favourite veg, so I've not tried actually growing these, but we'll give those a go. Tomatoes I haven't grown from seed before. Last year I bought a plant, but I did already have these, so give those a go. Cucumbers I did grow last year. I was very surprised that they grow spiky. I don't know if anyone's grown cucumbers before, but yeah, you get these little spikes on, but then they just like scrub off. The marigolds I just got to grow around the tomatoes, just to try and keep away whatever pest it is that gets tomatoes. And then carrots, again, I've not grown these since I was like a kid, but they are a vegetable we eat quite a bit, so plenty to be planting out. I think actually I probably need another seed tray. I didn't realise I had so many seeds that I could plant today, so that'll definitely keep me busy. These cucumber plants actually did really well last year, and kind of had too many of them. Well, I had two, but then once they actually started fruiting, I was struggling to get through them. So I actually am not going to plant that many of these. I might plant 4, because then if they fail, at least I've still got some. But yeah, I don't actually want too many of these. They last year were very successful. I put them in the greenhouse and they liked it in the greenhouse. Then I'm just going to give them all a final, well, not like that, a final spritz. And then can just have their own little lid on here. So, oh, I didn't think about this. My things aren't going to fit any. This lid isn't the end of the world because they are going to go in the greenhouse anyway, so they will be covered. I think these and these I will plant together, and I just feel like it's a little bit early for them, so actually I'm going to plant these together end of this month, beginning of next month. I just think they're slightly like warmer plant. Also, for anyone who's just watched me do this and like maybe thought I've done things wrong or whatever, my parents aren't really gardeners, so anything that I do is sort of self-taught. Where we used to live, we had a neighbour who was really keen on gardening, so she taught me quite a few different things and like kind of inspired me to grow more. But I'm definitely still learning, so if you are an avid gardener and you've watched me do something and be like, why has she done that? Feel free to comment and say, why have you done that? Because yeah, like I say, I am still like learning and getting to grips with it, so just let me know if there's anything you think I could do differently, or anything that you think is really easy to grow that I should also be planting. Let me know that as well. I just started this clip, but I feel like every time I've been trying to do too many things at once, like in this vlog, where I've been trying to talk but also been distracted by something. So actually, let me just talk to you. So it's now bedtime. I am so tired today, and I don't know why, because all we've really done is like chill out in the garden and have a pretty chilled day, but I am so ready for bed. So Charlotte came round not long after that last clip where I was doing the gardening, and then we just chilled out in the garden all afternoon. We let the cats outside. They were outside for like 3 hours, and normally like they've not been out for more than like 5-10 minutes at a time. And I think they've had a very nice afternoon. And then we had dinner. So we had like roasted veg and halloumi in wraps, and we had like hummus and like little sauces and stuff, and just like made wraps. And then we've watched Wicked this evening. So we made popcorn and we've watched Wicked. We chilled out. The cats, like, obviously because they'd been out all day, then we're just like knackered, so the cats have just slept on our knees all evening while we've been watching the film. Obviously it's quite a long film. And then Charlotte's just gone home now, and now I'm just getting ready for bed, so I'm just washing my face. I've just had a quick shower to wash off the sun cream that I was wearing earlier. Honestly, I can't believe how nice it's been today. Like, it's been like 16-17 degrees. Like, I know that's a sign of global warming and that's not so good, but for early March to have that was so lucky. I'm just popping on my skincare, and then I'm gonna just, well, might read a bit more of my book. don't know. I actually don't know if I have the energy, but I kind of don't like just being on my phone and then going to bed. Kind of like doing a little like wind down, bit of reading or whatever before I go to bed, rather than just like being on my phone and then straight to sleep. So yeah, I think I might try and just read a couple of pages of my book, even if it's not. The chapters are quite long and I'm not a particularly fast reader. So it probably won't be a whole chapter because that's probably too much for me to try and read when I'm tired. But there's kind of breaks in the chapters, so there's good places for me to stop, even when I'm not reading a full chapter. So that's good. Okay, that is my skin done. I don't know why I'm dropping everything tonight. I think I'm just trying to do too many things, and what I really need to do is slow down and do one thing at once. But I'll never learn. And on that note, these are really steamed up. On that note, I will see you in the morning. Good morning. I have not really filmed yet today, just because I got up and then it was kind of busy, and then I've just headed into town. I've got a coffee and I bought a little treat from Bake, and I'm just sitting and enjoying the sunshine before I go to bar. So I'm doing 2 bar classes today, bar signature and then bar restore. So back-to-back classes today. But I just thought, while Freddie's out, like I haven't done back-to-back yet, but I haven't been that much this week. And I thought, while Freddie's away, like it's not costing me anything to come to the classes. Obviously, I've just paid for the coffee and stuff, but it's cost me like a tenner in total for like trains and then coffee, and then I bought a cake, but that is more for Freddie than for me. So yeah, just back-to-back bar this morning and then heading home, and then hoping that the weather's nice enough to be outside again this afternoon. But fingers crossed it's still like this when I come out of my class.
Welcome to the Bradford Forster Square train.
Hi. I feel like this week's vlog has just been very uneventful in a way. Like I feel like I've done a lot of just sitting out in the sun and not a lot of talking to you guys, or like it's just been me like, oh, I'm going to do this now, and then going to do that thing and not actually filming any of it, and then coming out and being like, oh, I've done this thing. So like this afternoon I've hardly filmed anything. I got a train back from bar. 2 back-to-back classes, really good actually, because like the second one was literally just like stretches. It wasn't like challenging like the first class was. But yeah, so I did 2 back-to-back classes, got the train back, had some lunch, had like just some leftovers like veg, chickpeas, quinoa, basically all stuff that you've seen, or like I've told you that I've eaten or whatever over the last few days. So just chucked all that together really. And then I've literally just been sat out in the garden all afternoon, let the cats out. They've been running about quite a bit in the garden. Got a few clips of that. And then Freddie came home. So we've just been catching up on everything that's happened over his weekend. We've just had dinner. We had a bean chilli, just like a made up bit of this, bit of that. So we've just had that. And now I'm about to have a shower and get myself ready for bed. It is only about, I don't even think it's 9 o'clock yet, but obviously Freddie's knackered. His flight was actually 2 hours delayed, and they were already 3 hours early to the airport rather than just 2, like 3 hours before their flight. So they've had 5 hours in the airport today, and obviously it's
been a stag do. Like, he's been out every night for the last 3 nights, so I think he's just knackered anyway. So we are just gonna, I'm gonna have a shower, get my pajamas on, and we're just gonna catch up on like a bit of TV or something, maybe a vlog or two. I've started watching some vlogs from this weekend. I just love a Sunday for all the vlogs, but at the same time sometimes it's so overwhelming trying to pick who's to watch and what to watch. So yeah, I think we'll either watch like a couple of vlogs that we both find interesting, or something on TV, and then I think it'll be an early night for both of us, just because he's a bit knackered. But I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and also because by the time you're watching this, obviously it'll be a week ago, but for me, my vlog from last week, which I'll link up here, my vlog from last week went live 2 days ago, and it's done better than some of the other vlogs that I've uploaded recently. It's had more views than some of my other recent ones, and I've gained a few new subscribers from it. So if you're one of those new subscribers, hello, and thank you so much for watching. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. Sorry that it was maybe not the most cohesive, but we've got a fun weekend planned next weekend, so I will look forward to seeing you then. Bye.